So we're going to go through the Marking Period 4 Assessment Study Guide. Number 1 is asking you to simplify the expression. Now you could do this by expanding it and using FOIL, box method, and distributing. You could also use the special case rules as a shortcut should you choose to use that. I'm going to do the special case shortcut to show you again how to do that. So the rule when you have a binomial being squared is to first square the first term, so we have x squared. Then you would multiply the two terms together and double it, so 3 times x, and then times 2 would be 6x. And then the last step would be to square the last term, which would be 3 squared, which is 9, so plus 9. So then the answer would be x squared plus 6x plus 9. Let's take a look at number 2. So it is asking you to factor the expression. First step is always to see if you can pull out a GCF. In this case, you can divide each of the terms by 2, so 2 would be the GCF. And that's the largest number that can be pulled out. Now what we're going to do is factor what is left, the x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. So let's write our a, b, and c. So a is 1, b is 2, and c is 1. AC is going to be 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So now let's make our t-chart. AC is 1 and B is 2. So we want factors of 1 that add up to 2. So we'll have 1 plus 1 equaling 2 and 1 times 1 equaling 1. So now, since A equals 1, we don't have to do factoring by grouping. We'll just rewrite the factors using x and y. So we'll have x plus 1y plus x plus 1y, because y times y is y squared, so we need to have y's here. And we only have 1 because our factors are 1. And we don't have to write 1 in front because generally we don't do that. So your answer is going to be x plus y times x plus y. And then, but remember that 2 has to go in front, so it'll be 2 times x plus y times x plus y as the final answer. Let's go on to number 3. It says to factor completely. So when you have two terms and it's asking you to factor, just like this, look for GCF first. GCF in this one is going to be 7x. So divide both terms by 7x. So 7x squared divided by 7x is x. 35x divided by 7x is just 5. So we have 7x times x plus 5. So that's going to be the answer for number 3. Number 4, it is asking you to simplify. So first, we go from left to right, so we highlight first the 5 and the 20 and we reduce that fraction. 5 over 20 reduces to 1/4, so let's put the 4 at the bottom. Now let's go on to the a's. Subtract the larger exponent from the smaller, so 6 minus 3 is 3. The larger exponent is up top, so we write a to the 3 up top. Now we go on to the b's. B to the 8 over b to the 8 becomes 1, so they're no longer there. So go on to the c's. Subtract the larger exponent from the smaller. We have 7 minus 1, which is 6. The larger exponent's at the bottom, so we'll have c to the 6. So your answer is going to be a to the 3rd over 4c to the 6. Number 5, it says to find the product of these two binomials. Since this is a special case, I'll review with how to do the special cases. So when you have the same terms, just different signs, all you need to do is multiply the first two terms. So 4x times 4x is x squared, and then you multiply the second two terms, 7y times negative 7y, and you get minus 49y squared, and then that's it. That will be the answer for number 5. Number 6 is a special case binomial again. So the rule says square the first term, so 6x all being squared is 36x squared. Then you multiply the two terms and double it. So we'll have negative 30 times 2 is negative 60x. And then square the last term, negative 5 squared is 25. So my answer is going to be 36x squared minus 60x plus 25. Let's look at number 7. It says, what is the simplified form of this? So we need to distribute. So we'll start by distributing 4x into the 3x squared, 9x, and negative 2. So 4x times 3x squared is 12x to the 3rd. 4x times 9x would be 36x squared. 4x times negative 2 would be negative x. Now we got to multiply 1 by everything, and that part's easy because 1 times anything is itself. So just write down everything that's there. So we'll have 3x squared plus 9x minus 2. Now we combine the like terms. My like terms are 36x squared and 3x squared and negative 8x and 9x. So 36x squared plus 3x squared is 39x squared, and negative 8x plus 9x is just x. So our answer is going to be 12x to the third plus 39x squared plus x minus 2. Number 8 is asking you to simplify the following and write it in standard form. So first thing we're going to do is distribute out our parentheses. So we have w times w plus 8 and negative 3w times w minus 6. So distributing this w, we'll have w times w, which is w squared, and w times 8, which is 8w. Here we'll have negative 3w times w is negative 3w squared, and negative 3w times negative 6 is positive 18w. Now having that all written down, we can combine our like terms. So that's w squared and negative 3w squared, which will give you negative 2w squared, and then 8w plus 18w, which will be 26w. So my answer is going to be negative 2w squared plus 26w. Alright, so let's look at the next one. So number 9 is asking you to factor the following binomial. So we got to look for a GCF. Looking at the 13 and 39, I can take out a 13 as my GCF. Looking at c to the third and c, I take out the smallest letter, meaning the smallest exponent, and that is just c. So I'll have 13c. Looking at the d's, the smallest exponent is d squared, so I'll take out d squared. So my GCF is 13c d squared. Dividing them out. 13's go away for the first term. I have c to the third divided by c, which I'm just left with c squared. D to the fifth divided by d squared, I'm just left with d to the third. Dividing 39 by 13, I get 3. I take cd squared divided by cd squared, I'm left with 1. They go away, I just have 3. So my answer is going to be 13c d squared times c squared d to the third plus 3. And that's your answer for number 9.